And let me get those codes. Which one do you want to do first, Dante?
We'll do the first one on Nepal.
Nepal?
Or
Okay.
0MZDZA or something.
Alright.
If I remember correctly, I think the first 2 maps were Brawl, and then we tried to run like Spam Dive Hybrid or Spam in the maps following that.
Yeah, first 2 were like Brawl, second 2 were Spam Dive, and last one was interesting.
Okay, make
Following
I like
sub.
that. Instead of Reaper here, I'd be running Sim. I think she's very powerful on a point like this, so I think it's good. That's good. You instantly take point. You don't really need to do anything here. Yeah, they drop. Listen. Nice pick on them. When you immediately pick the Junker, I would have just ran forward. You have Reaper there. Yeah. Oh, this is good. Kill Immo. Nice. Up for Zarya, though. Sachi, I'd be all the way up there. Yeah. I think if you all of you had pushed together, Electro would survive. You would have been, like, by the time they get back, he would have been around 50 charge. Now he's going to be at 0, which is going to be a little rough, but...
To be fair, this was the very first team fight with Meteor,
Okay.
Yeah.
and he was flexing his comm muscles.
I think right there I was at like 1 HP, which is why I couldn't push with them. It was really sad.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Alright, so they swap Ryan here. And in fact, they swap to a mirror comp. I would immediately drop the point. You need to make here. You pick, though. I wouldn't have used these ults. The moment you pick the Moira, I think you win that fight. Maybe Coalescence, but that was it. I don't think there was reason to pop Blizzard there. And honestly, if I was that enemy team, I'd be like, okay, yeah, we go next. I'd actually be very happy you popped Blizzard there. You have Coco Filling. He doesn't normally play Projectile, and I don't think he's played the game a lot lately.
Right.
That was an interesting area to hold. It's not bad. That was a really good shatter. I push hard into the Mei. The Mei is like a threat because she keeps you from like moving. Good cleanup though. Alright, so ball's coming in. You wall. Okay, that was a good Reaper ult. They have nothing to stop that. Kill ball. They have Far coming in, but you win this. Yeah. Honestly, that was really good. You got the point with the comp firsthand, and then you kept them up against the corner. Not much I would do differently there, save for the Blizzard on the first thing. I would have held Blizzard. You didn't need it. But I think other than that, you used ultimates well. You won each fight, besides the first one, with like one ultimate. You won that fight with Shatter, then you won the fight with Blizzard. I think that was really good. Nicely done. Do you run this comp again here?
I think we do.
Oh yeah, that's right. Add time.
Ready for battle.
Honestly, I hate this scrim code for
One.
on review
Round
purposes.
2. Capture the
Oh, yeah.
objective.
Let's see.
The objective is now.
That was good. Yeah. I think the only thing I would have done a little differently there is you got Tor And the moment you kill this Mei, I would have just hard pushed into them because you see, at this point you realize they have Pharah, and you can see that the Mercy is like, if I'm here, and you can see that the Mercy is not on the Pharah, so the Pharah doesn't have, like, she puts pressure, but not one-shot pressure, not that huge explosive pressure, and their Moira is very low, so I would have immediately just speed boost onto here. And Z, I think, let's see this perspective from this angle. Let's slow this down a little bit. Let's see what you see. So I think this would be good if you call like the speed gauge here. So you see, come on. You see that they use bubble, and then you kill the mate. I would immediately be hard. Wait, do you have amp here? Yes, I would immediately call a hard speed engage here. They use both bubbles. Moira's low. Mercy's just now on their Pharah, but Pharah's flanking, so they can't stop you. The Mei's dead.
Did you check to see if I do that?
You do it. You do it slower. Like, I would immediately run over him. Like, see, look at this. Look how spread you
our
guys
comp
get
structure.
here.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't want to just do it if not everybody's ready, because like our comms aren't there yet.
Well, I need to turn you down. Did you get a new mic or something?
I am on my laptop.
Okay.
It's okay. Rest in peace, Mike.
Also, my mic did actually die.
Oh,
I have a
that's
desk mic.
unfortunate. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I
all
think
your
this would be
stats
the-
are looking really good though. The only one who've died so far is Electro, and damage taken is very low. So I think this is very, very good.
You're kind of just rolling them.
That's unfortunate. Oh, that's such a good shatter. I'd be very close, very careful about going to the edge when she had concussion like that. She could have gotten like 3 or 4 of you and saved the fight. That's a good turret place. I was about to say I would try to play like a turret around here or like up here to create off-angle pressure. They screw up wall here, so automatically you're at advantage. They use bubble early. Yes, this is really good. I used way too many ults here, though. I don't think Visor was needed at all. I think the combo between Grav and Torbolt was very good and very well timed. Right as they used both their bubbles and Maywall, you do that. That was very well done. But I think Visor was a huge waste, because now you'd want Visor going into this fight, because you're going to have both your support ults and you'll get Shatter mid-fight, but Visor just creates so much offensive pressure here.
Yeah, well, still not there. I mean, our plan, I'm pretty sure, was grab Molten Core, but
That's good Shatter. Unfortunately, you get frozen, though, but you guys win this, no doubt. Yeah. I think you left the Junkrat live a little too long. You gotta be careful with characters like him. The one-shot characters like Reaper, Junk, Doom, Torb.
Junk gets a lot of value over time, so you want to kill him.
Yeah, kill him fast. You don't. Those characters that can 1v6 when the fight breaks down, you really want to kill before then. That was really good though. Not much to say in like what you could have done better, just because you kept on the offensive the entire time. I think other than ult combos and like ultimates use, I think gameplay wise everyone did well. Let's see.
Ready for battle. 5, 4,
I believe we play spam here.
4.
Hog Sig. Interesting. Okay. They're running double shield. Though you should win. They're not playing. They're not playing their double shield correctly.
The objective is now
Good offensive pressure from the Tracer. Nice one clip. Yeah, I was gonna say, start rotating to point. You want to try and take that point presence and have the Hog flank.
Yeah, that's what I
Like this is
kept
exactly
saying.
what
I
happens.
kept
This is
repeating
good.
it.
Can you comment on why they're not running their double shield correctly?
Yeah. Okay, so the moment these two teams engage, the moment you see that Hanzo, all right, everyone needs to, like, let's say if I was this team, we see this Hanzo, you immediately need to go into single file. You have to stand behind your tanks because this Hanzo, like, honestly, I don't think. And I'm not going to comment on whether double shield is bad or good. We're actually going to be experimenting a lot with it on Wednesday, so I can get back to you with more how do we feel it is. But we played it in our GGNA match a little bit, and it felt somewhat good. We just didn't have the comm structure there for it because we had warped our comm structure for basic so much. So that's why we lost for that. But they come out, I don't like the turret placement, and the Orisa immediately takes a lot of poke. She puts her shield here without even checking what you have. So already right here, her shield is half effective just because there's a huge, like, you don't even have to shoot the shield to hit them. You just shoot, like, past them. So right there, that's a huge mistake. It breaks. The soldier, like, instead of playing behind his Orisa, he's like, I'm gonna be soldier, and he takes a headshot from Hanzo and almost dies, which forces BAP left shift, which normally would not be needed, and the soldier heal field. Right there, two big cooldowns, and double shield is all about attrition, right? It's about exhausting, and right here, because the Orisa screw up and the soldier screw up, they just had to use two big cooldowns. And for some reason, he throws down ammo field when everyone's full HP. Like this is terrible. You never want to see this. Then, like, they back up. In fact, honestly, if I'm double shield here, I want to be pushing forward. I want to be
So
exhausting
we get it. They're
you.
bad.
Yeah, well, Dante asked what they did wrong here.
Right.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so we should but we should be automatically recognizing that like split second.
Yeah, and I feel like you guys did that. So,
Okay.
immediately what I would have happened here, then we see this immo, Stodgy, I would back up and go point, which you do, and keep your Hog flanking right as this Tracer comes in and one clips the Zen, which is really nicely done. You get the Zen pick, you get the point presence as they start to rotate, and your Hog is here exuding a lot of pressure with the hook one-shot combo, and then you have the DPS of Hanzo Mercy that just Hanzo ripping people to pieces. So I think this is well done. You walk forward.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, you know how you said what they should have done is they should have walked forward, right, into us, right?
Yeah.
What should we have done? Like in like a, because obviously these guys.
Back up and cry.
Okay.
So,
Because what I was thinking is since they have double shield, and right now we have a smaller advantage, we could burn through their shields and start taking more space. Because as long as we take out their turret, their soldier can't do as much shield damage.
So, this is, if they're running Hanzo, you guys would almost lose this, like, hands down. Like, if they're running Hanzo, you just lose this, because if they walked forward onto you, you can't do anything. You wouldn't be able to burn the shields fast enough, and this Hanzo burns through your Sigma shield faster than you can burn through both their shields, and he kills your entire team. They're not running Hanzo, though, so you're actually, I'd say, about even, especially with how they're playing this. If they run forward here, I would kite backwards as Hog, and you damage boost your Hanzo, and try to break the shields as fast as you can, but you're not trying to kill the tanks. Hanzo needs to be aiming for, like, the Baptiste or the Zen. One of these two need to go down for you to win this. Zen, because that's a huge amount of their damage, especially because they're not running Hanzo. The Zen is, like, 50% of their damage just because of Discord Orb and how the hero works. So Torb's the rest, but if you keep that turret destroyed, which you guys have been, that's already a huge chunk of Torb's damage right there. And if it uses Overload on your shields, that's a win because it's not using Overload on you. So you want to try and kill these healers though, but I would have slowly kited back and try to go point and try to like keep point presence because they want to meet you. They need to meet you, and that's what you want. You want Hog to be able to get in there, but if they walked forward, the Sigma would have cut off heals to your Hog, and he would have died. So you need to break those shields, and coming point where there's a longer gap and more space to work with, it'll be easier to get heals to your Hog. Instead, they cower. They're playing this like very, very old double shield, like back when Sigma was so overtuned. That's not how you play it, because he just explodes. It's an attrition. In fact, I wouldn't even run Zen with this. I would run Brig. I think Brig is so necessary because the AoE heals. You need that AoE heals. I don't think Dragon was necessary though, but I do like how like Saju you're keeping point presence and Electro's just coming and doing Hog things. Like they can't run you over because Hog immediately hooks someone and kills them instantly. See, like you guys use Dragon Pulse Bomb, which I don't think you need either of them. So then you can go into this fight with Dragon Pulse. You'll have both support ults. You'll have 6 ults basically. You didn't need any of those ults there. They didn't pop any ults, I don't believe. Good hook on the Orisa. That's unfortunate. Bath Ball. I don't agree with that Bath Ball. Not in the position because they can just rotate around like they did. Good Sigma. That was really good. That's exactly what you needed. You saw they had already used Immo, so now they have nothing against to defend. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Hanzo doing poke damage. Yeah. I'd start backing up though. They have that pull, and you don't want to get pulled and deleted. That's basically what happened to your Hog, where he hooked Orisa and almost killed her, but then she pulled and the damage from double shield deletes you. Really nice dragon in the hook. They can't do anything about that. Unfortunate that Coco gets picked, but not really issue. I would immediately back up. Yeah, this tanks I would have been a little faster about backing up. That was a really good pulse. If you can keep Electro alive, you probably win this fight. Yeah. But you have your Hog up, so you definitely win this. Post the ammo. Kill Torb turret first, then Torb. Good. Tracer comes on. That's unfortunate. If Electro had landed the hook, and that's basically what that came down to, you guys would have on the Tracer, you would have won that. If you do a soft regroup, you can go in here really fast. They have ball now. Actually no, they kept most of their comp in tact, and they swapped to ball, which I think here against the comp you're running, because they're not running the Hanzo and they're not running the Brig, I think ball is better than Orisa. So this actually might be tough for you. We'll see how good this ball is though. The ball has to be really good in these ball comps. Okay, so you choose to go right. Break that shield if he's gonna put that forward like that. What is Sarvis's team?
3.1. They had 3.3, 3.4 or something.
I'm not saying it wasn't the tanks.
I don't remember.
Yeah, the tanks weren't that good.
No, this feels like a really hard tank diff, honestly. Like you few of those fights, like very beginning, you take that point, your comp wants to like, take point first, and you win basically, which you did, just because the Arista screwed up your shield so bad, and that was supposed to be hard for you to retake that, but the ball just like face rolled into you and instantly died. So like just huge 2 mistakes from the tanks that allowed you to win that. Do you have a map that you felt like was really hard or like you lost?
I can vault on when we were attacking on second point. We got stuck in the choke point.
It's just that I'd since the other main tank's not here, I'd rather stick to either every other map, so either Hanamura or Dorado. You guys.
Were either of them close or rough?
I think since towards the end it got kind of rough.
The only one that
was not that perfect.
Yeah, Dorado. Yeah, I'd say.
We'll look at Dorado, and if I still feel like it's like not that good, we'll look at Iconwell. I want like
something you can do.
I'm
for
seeing,
Dorado,
like,
you got
minor mistakes, but not like need to point them out like that, and it's not.
You should probably either you want to watch on offense or defense, because defense.
Yeah, you're gonna have to see.
You could we have a really cool comp that Meteor suggests that we hold.
I actually really like this.
Our defense rolled them, I think, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even get past first point.
Or they even
Soleil
my old
runs
4K coach.
defense.
My old coach who's in GM, he was the one who recommended me this comp.
Yeah, Soleil runs a very similar comp. Say for Orisa, we run Sig. Back in Double Bubble, this is actually almost exactly what we ran because Echo deletes Winston.
We kind of roll them hard. You might just want to go to the attack.
That was stupid by the monkey. I would never jump the Torb.
Yeah, I was surprised. They just kept doing that.
That's just like Torb pops his overload and you just die. I would never.
I just like jumped 3 different times here.
I was like, I can't hear you. You're too close to the wall.
You didn't need to be healed. He's Torb. Oh my god. That was a nice pick on the Echo. You jumped down, which I think is good. That was good. Good chase staggers. Do you get this Genji? No. Okay. Yeah. No. All right.
It's gonna be the same thing like every.
Is it just like they don't cap the first point?
No, they don't.
They don't even get. They don't get past
the choke. They don't get past
the choke. Yeah.
Just go back on.
Yeah, they get like 5 feet more past from where their payload is right now, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah. I was surprised if this is a very hard comp to break, but if it breaks, it instantly breaks. It's
Complete. Score.
honestly, it's kind of like old double shield where you felt like you had no choice but to run mirror, but if you could break it without double shield, you just rolled them. Let's see here.
I've also run that same comp on Anubis and like some other bunker defense maps where like, there's a lot of high ground.
Works out pretty well.
Yeah.
Ready for battle. Ready for battle. 5, 4.
So they run a very similar comp, but instead of they run Hog, which I don't agree with. I don't like Hog first point here defense. Not it's not bad, but You can run better things. So you have Sigma, Torb going high ground. That's interesting. I like that. I would have Hog push the cart. I feel like you guys lost a bit of time and could have already had the cart around to force them to rotate. They give up high ground to you. Do you kill the Ons? I stick on Kree. Oh my god, they just let you surround them. Oh.
Stream's frozen for me.
Too fresh.
Yeah.
Is it frozen for anyone else?
No,
No,
it's
we're
just
good.
Okay. Amazing immortality field. That was a really good reaction. That saved his life.
They wasted Palk. I just saw that.
Yeah, I mean, they let you surround them, which is like, that's, I can't believe that happened, honestly. You're running Torb, and Torb is like, this is why I think Torb is one of the best DPS right now. Maybe not in scrims, but I still think he's very, very strong in scrims. But in comp, I think he's the #1 DPS just because it's supposed to stop things like that. Like, you rotate, and that Torb should have immediately obliterated you. But he just let you rotate. So the plan is for you and Torb just to off angle?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it doesn't work out well.
Coco's gonna die. Yep. I would have followed your Wash. I would follow your Sigma. If you can kill that McCree, then you guys
Oh,
can back.
I-
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
kind of
dropped.
pro.
We didn't get past second point because helmet popped off.
No. We full capped.
No,
Full
well, we
cap?
did full cap, but it took us.
Yeah, second point was
we
rough,
Barely,
'cause-
we
I'm thinking
barely
of a
got
different-
second point.
I'm thinking of a different game then.
No. Helmet definitely did pop off, but
That's
we
'cause
were
he has
able
the
to
pocket
just.
mercy. Like, I think Stodgy had the correct idea. You need to push the McCree and kill him. Like, if you get him off high ground, like, you won that fight, but it was rough. You need him off high ground, you needed to win, because now he's back on high ground, he's gonna kill everything. Or, you know, he'll die, but Reaper will kill everything. So they're playing, it's gonna be rough, and I can already see it's going to be, if you didn't tell me to. Just because they're running two characters, Reaper, McCree, where if you don't counter them correctly, they both have the potential to 1v6. You had two here, but their McCree's still up. High noons, that's unfortunate. I would immediately, so you see what's happened here, and you're running the Torb Echo, I would immediately come around, right here, go up these stairs, and take this high ground and poke
I
them
think
down.
that's what we do.
Yeah.
Do that next one.
The problem with that fight we just watched, we overcommitted. There's 3 people down, and we still used ults. We used both Sig and Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just staggered a little bit.
But on the same side, we did get out their Sigil and some other thing.
And Kree.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would say McCreel is a plus to get out. Like, you trade Echo and Sigil, which are huge. Like, you trade Sigil for Sigil, that's fine. But you trade Echo ult for McCreel, and Echo ult is just so powerful. I would never want to trade Echo ult for McCreel.
Yeah, especially since Craig is like
He should die.
10% for intro or something.
It's unfortunate. Again, you let them surround. Like, the first point, they let you surround them, but this time you let them surround you and you lost. The McCree came up, tapped your Zen, and then forced ammo from your BAP, so then you don't have it when you guys drop. How I would have done this differently. So, first, So he needed to die quicker, and supports, you guys need to be looking around more. Like, everyone needs to. Reaper's very loud and bulky, and like the opposite of stealth. But somehow he walks up and 2 taps Zen.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever I play against the Reaper, I cannot hear him.
Really?
I can hear him like.
I can hear him pretty well.
Yeah, like, maybe it's just me, but I cannot hear him.
He's very loud. He's like the opposite of stealth. You'll see. I think that's actually what keeps people who really like to play Reaper stuck in Diamond, because they were still stuck on, I'm gonna go on this stealthy flank mission, but Reaper is not stealthy.
Can I just intervene with something?
For it.
So when you guys set up that window up top, if I knew you guys were gonna do that, I would have just threw my turret under it, and we would have just got so much more value out of my turret. So
Also, I probably would have stayed up top as well.
exactly, and you would have alerted you that there was a Reaper pushing.
And
Yeah.
So just
honestly,
check that.
I should probably call it like 5 seconds sooner instead of
for-
like 2 seconds sooner.
Torb, Wash, I would always try to play with your supports almost like all the time, or at least have your turret by them. You want Torb is very good anti like flanking or dive character, just because the turret and Torb himself. So you always want to have one of the, either Torb or his turret near the supports.
Yeah.
Because that turret would have instantly, unless you had shot someone with your primary fire, which I didn't, it was the Sig, which he died, it would have immediately turned to the Reaper and alerted everyone.
Yeah, so we should probably combo those definitely way sooner. Call it
See, again,
out
this
for
Reaper's
window
trying to be
or-
stealthy. Oh, Stodge is gonna die. Nice pick. Stodgy should have died.
Adaptive circuits
Great
engaged.
pick on the Hog. Reaper should die. He has no fade. This one. Good. On his low. Is McCree about to like kill everyone?
No, we won't.
Okay.
The payload has reached the
Yeah.
I would say
So
it was
that was
rough. Like you guys said, you had trouble there, but I mean, this street.
There was only like 2 team fight losses. or
Yeah, like
something.
street normally takes that long. I think that was fine. I wouldn't say you guys had trouble with it.
I think the big problem was we just kept losing at the exact same corner. Like,
I mean that's the hardest choke to push in that phase of the map. So
for sure. This is just a team roll right here.
this is so good. They leave your turret up
They just
over here,
roll them.
free damage. They finally look at it. Okay. As a Tor player, you can hear when your turret's being shot. I would immediately let knowing say, hey, they've turned around to my turret. So that's when you push in. It's a great way to like, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. If they turn around to the turret, you walk in and kill them. If they don't turn around to the turret kills everyone. So I would immediately push forward when you start hearing the turret getting low. That was a really nice pick. And Molten Core comes out. For Molten Core, I think you're a little wasteful with it. You don't need to put it in like one spot. I would try to spread it out more. Like, right here, you see 3 globs, but this is one, this is one, and this is one. Like, you can spread it out from here to right here with these 3. See, it's all, Torb's all about maximization. So, like, put one here, put one here, and then the third one here, and it still covers this entire area without any gaps in it. And, like, so this one you put, like, right here. So then this entire area is covered. You put one over here and here, which is good, and then you put one, instead of this one right here, I'd just put it right here or up top. In fact, I think Torval is very good for contesting high ground, so I would have thrown like 2 or 3 up top as well. But I think this was good. It ends really here, so I'm guessing you win. I think let's watch Eichenwald. And this is with the other tank, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Traveling to Icon.
May Torb. Okay. I wouldn't run May here. Well, she did get buff, and they did reduce the cooldown on Wall. A while back, they like absolutely gutted the HP on Wall, and it's you can still use it here, but it's not as powerful as she once was. She thrives in very close corners, and while these are kind of close quarters, I think Sim, if you want to run a character like May or like Sim or like in that type, I run Sim here. The Wall is just so much better, and the turrets, I feel, they're a constant threat, while May is every 12 seconds. But I still think May is good here. Your healers are fine. Okay, that was good. The running up on him. Why did you run up him? I want to see what prompted you guys to melee push like that.
Here.
It was a wall.
Wall? Okay.
Yeah, it was a wall.
I mean, it was good either
Wall.
way. I was like, did you
Wrong.
see like an ability go down? I don't know, you started push before Wall. I still think that was really good no matter what, but I was just curious.
I think we called that engage, and then with wall. They
Okay.
engage with wall, so that was the plan.
I think it was just Ryan. Because Ryan went towards that way by himself, and everybody else went to the room.
Electro, be very careful with those mines. Unfortunate. Immediately back up. I would. So the plan was you shatter. You win this?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I don't think you should have. The
Who
shatter.
thought
The shatter gets one there, which, and I'll explain why I wouldn't have gone there
Shatter on?
in the first place. So you just lost your main heals, and you need to assume they have Coalescence. So if I was that team, I would immediately just pop Coalescence and instantly ran into you, and you all would have died. That's what should have happened if I was the enemy team, but you pop Shatter, you only get Zarya, which is fine. But
the school of thought.
Mm-hmm.
The school of thought that I've been taught, at least when you're in a situation where they get a pick on your support, and you know they're going to run you down, is to basically just int on their support line and even it out as quickly as possible, because if you get into a sustained fight, you will lose it because you don't have heals.
I agree with you. And say for this situation, because you also have to take into account what DPS do you have, what DPS do they have. So you have Torb, you have Hanzo, and they have Hanzo. Now, Hanzo picked your support. He still has a Storm Arrow, so you have to be very scared of that, and you no longer have the heals to sustain that, to keep you up through that Storm Arrow. You have Torb, which has Overload, which you can burst down some people, and you had Shatter, but they had Moira ult coming up. So, and since your Moira ult, before the fight even started, almost had it, you have to, it's guaranteed they have. You have to assume. And if they pop that Moira ult, you would have lost. Especially because you can't run into Junkrat like that. It's very hard to run into Junkrat without your Moira. Almost impossible. I think Tyre was the wrong move on his part. I would just continue to mine people and try to put out as much damage as possible.
But in that sense, right, since we're already down a person, and we're already in a losing fight, like, they pretty much have a guaranteed win here.
No,
going into them.
Because if you back up here and they start, like, really hyper-aggressing, what you want to try and get here is Torval as fast as you can. You almost have it. He has it now. So as you engage, Torb's gonna be like, I'd immediately pop Overload there and try to get Torball as fast as you can, and immediately put Torball all around here. So then the enemy team has to make the decision. Okay, do we walk through it with Coalescence and waste all of Coalescence, or do we wait? And if they walk through it, and this is the worst part that could happen from them, the moment they step on that Torball, your Mei puts up a wall behind them, and the Moira no longer can hit them with Coalescence, and they all die to the Torball. So it comes down to, like, I mean, I do like that decision. I think both decisions are good, but because they had Junkrat, I think what you guys did was very, very risky. But it did pay off. Or I'm not saying what you did was wrong. I'm just saying there are multiple ways to go about that. I would have probably backed off just because you know you have ults coming up and you have that Mei wall. They're already past the choke, so you can't. It's harder to make use of Mei wall.
Okay. So basically, I to sum it up is that not all the time you should. If we
Right,
shouldn't always be
it's-
hyper aggressive just in case.
Situational.
Yeah, it's situational, and like I really like that thinking of playstyle, because I think when you're about to lose a fight and you know the fight's already lost, I really like when teams just hyper aggress, because the enemy team might not expect that, and you could tell they didn't expect it there. That Moira would have immediately popped Cole. Because
I mean, worst case scenario, we force out a bunch of ults, and best
Right.
case we win. So
Well, not a bunch of ults. See, like they pop
I mean, they used Junkrat, which was a pretty big
a
ult.
junk ult. That's not a big ult though. He gets
Oh, that's
like the two ults they would have used
Please
is the
clear
two,
this up pretty well.
either one of them. It would have been Coalescence or Junkrat. Like I still think what you did was fine. Right? I'm not saying like it wasn't fine. I'm saying try to think more situational and what your team is capable of too. You have Mei, which you went so aggressive, more than Mei is capable. Mei is a very aggressive hero, and I think even more aggressive than she used to be because of the nerfs to the hero. But she needs so much healing, and your team needs so much healing. You lost your main healers, or I guess flex healer. I guess that's what Moira's called now. Thanks, Overwatch League. So I would just play it slowly, but I think what you did was perfectly fine. In fact, I think because the Junkrat used his ult, you guys won out so much here because of it.
how much damage does the tire do?
300 or 400.
I'm just curious if I could tank it with overload.
Or is this 600? No, no, it's like 600 damage. Hold
yeah,
on.
yeah. I was gonna
It's
say
like 600
it definitely
damage.
should.
No, you can't tank it with overload. And if it does 400 damage, you survive with 5 HP. Yeah, it's like 600 damage because they can kill tanks.
Yeah.
Ah, stop using Blizzard! Ah, Coco always does this, man.
I'll let him know.
Like, you won the moment you popped Coalescence first and killed them. Like, they pop Shatter, you block Shatter, so then their Shatter is basically useless. It, like, pretend it didn't happen. You just straight from that. I would have waited for Grav. You could Grav combo that. But you win this fight anyway, so that's fine. And you only win it with one ult. So I guess that's really, really good, but, I try to be very mindful of combo
I have no
ults.
idea what you're gonna
60 seconds
because
remaining.
I somehow got very far behind. So yeah, whatever. It doesn't really apply to me though.
Just reset, because
Yeah, I
his
just
stream
refreshed it.
lagged.
Yeah, just refresh.
His stream lagged a bunch, so we
I
were like,
refreshed it. I refreshed it. It's fine. It doesn't apply. Anyways, I'm
You're
just
good.
saying.
You're good, Rosita.
No, I'm just thinking of the ults you use there. Actually, no, scratch that. Normally I would say combo that with Grav, but because how you use Mail the fight before, I think using Turbo alone to win the fight is just so much better because it balances out the ult economies.
Do we full hold them here?
No, they go all the way to second.
I would have charged that Reinhardt when he got walled. That's unfortunate. As he way too early with the beat.
What, didn't I beat before the grab even
You
happened?
beat right as you went into grab, and then also Hanzo
Go
has to do
back.
is just wait 1 second.
I think I saw what happened. It was our Ryan got pinned, and he was very, very
Is
low.
that-
So
Yeah.
Beat was used to save.
That's why I did it. That's why. I don't know.
Yeah, right there. Our Ryan was
Yeah.
there. So.
I don't know.
So, and this comes down to, now this is like, I'm not going to tell you which decision was correct or right, because that's a very hard decision to make as the main support, where it's like, okay, I know I have to save
the
my ult
squishies
for this
alive,
combo, or do I
Yeah.
use my ult now and save the fight? But then it's like, and then you could like, you know, that meme where it's like the person doing all that math in their head where it's like, well, you use your ult there, well then they wait just a second, they grab dragon you, but what happens if you kill them all before they can grab dragon you? So it's like, it's a very, very hard decision to make. If I were in your shoes, I would have just trusted that Moira can keep him up, because Moira has a lot of healing. He probably still would have died though. It's a very close call, especially because they were popping Valk, so they have that damage boost. But so you guys use Shatter, Grab, Beat, Cole. You guys they used Grav Dragon, Mercy ult. They used their combo, but honestly, I think this fight, and comes down to, you just lost this because you didn't have that Mei ult. Like, or you didn't have your Torball if you used Mei ult to fight before, but you used Mei ult 2 fights before when you didn't need it, so then it screws up your ult economy and they come in there with their giant combo and you lose.
10 seconds remaining. Stop the payload.
I would immediately swap Mei and probably Torb here. This part of the map does not favor either of them. I play a lot of Torb, like I almost lock him every time in comp, and this is the one point where I swap Torb. I'll swap to like Doomfist or like Echo or Genji or something, and then go Torb for third point. That was a good wall. Immediately back up though, because they popped the Cole. Good kill on Junkrat. You get Sonic, so I'd back up. This is like, you have to be very mindful of Sonic because that allows him to one-shot you around corners. Fire. Yep. Unfortunate. You couldn't really do anything to prevent that. Maybe double bubble from Zarya, but still, that's unfortunate. You need to kill the tire right as he came. I would have preemptively fire strike right as I saw him land and hopefully catch the tire. That tire's gonna come out really fast. I would take high ground, put your Torb on high ground, because you can afford to let the cart move. Because Torb, well, wants that high ground, you need to get Hanzo off of it. And I would not push the Hanzo with his Mercy alone. Yeah, it almost cost you your life.
60 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it does cost you your life. Good Blizzard, though. Oh, it's so unfortunate.
I don't.
No, that pin. Oh my god. Oh, that's such a huge shatter.
Oh, I tried.
Oh, that's.
I
Oh,
tried to
this
beat
was-
the Reinhardt into the Blizzard, and he just pinned him. And then he had charged. He like charged right.
Yeah,
as I
like
did it.
look this.
And it was unfortunate.
If your Mei had just left-clicked the Reinhardt one time, he would have been frozen. That could have all been avoided. Oh, that's so sad. Like he's literally like half a tick away from getting frozen too. Like look at this. It resets. He's so close to getting frozen.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
And then this. Yeah, that I would have immediately stopped pressing ult. That's so unfortunate. You committed Blizz ult and Cole, and it's like, well, we just wasted 2 of our most impactful ults. Do I commit a third to try and salvage the fight? And sometimes it can work out, sometimes it can't. I spread out Torball a little good, but that was a really good Torball and grab. I'm not sure grab was needed there, but you win this fight anyway, so I think that it's a good idea just to better be safe than sorry.
Especially since there's 5 seconds left.
Right.
Overtime.
Ball comes in, I would pin him. Or boop him.
Gets booed.
And that's better. Never mind, don't pin him. Boop him. I forgot you guys have to.
Score.
That was good.
0.
That was a really good salvage though.
Sides.
Most teams would be caught off guard, just like, oh my god, we threw away all these ults. We just lose. That was a really good. You kept your head. You went into another ult combo and won because of it. So that was good.
I'd like to pat my own back for that call.
Nice.
Okay. We fast forward for like 10 minutes here.
Ready for battle. Ready for battle.
Is this like?
Ready for battle.
You said this was very very rough, so I'm guessing you can't like push this or something.
No. This part was so easy. Is as soon as we got to the bridge, we got so hard stuck on the bridge. Like second point.
Yeah, you're running May, they have far, you're gonna get stuck on that. Good pick. Ooh, that's unfortunate. But they use immo when they shouldn't have. You definitely win this. Honestly, like, if he had just saved his immo, you would have lost. That Pharah puts out so much damage. I would immediately swap your May Reaper. You know what they have, and probably even the Reinhardt. I would swap to Winston or Ball, and then I would swap, get a Widow or get an Ash Pocket and an Echo. Because you're not going to be able, like, this is going to be so hard to push. Like, your May just dies. She doesn't do anything here. Your wall is not big enough to completely get the score, block up the choke. You only do 150 per headshot, and so that's not enough to kill the Pharah. And no one else can touch the Pharah.
Wait, what?
Kill.
What are you going? I suggest we go McCree here, I think.
McCree's would also be a really good one. Just any hit scan. Pretty much most of the hit
I
scans.
suggested, yeah, I think as soon as I saw the pharmacy, I suggested we go Cree.
No, the call was made after we lost this point.
After we lost the fight.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Oh my god, so
Because, like,
wasteful.
We see the far. By the time we see the far, it's like.
I would throw away Blizzard. Like, and that's sometimes you just gotta throw away ult. Sometimes it's like it's not worth it.
For sure. I think we should have just swapped our whole comp after we got second. Or yes, first.
First, you should have. That's the correct call. And don't be afraid to do that. Sometimes you'll have ult. Sometimes it's like you're not, because you're on a non-effective comp here. Just because you have ults does not mean you're guaranteed to win. And it's better to go on a comp that is prepared to deal with this than a comp that has ultimates. As long, like, unless the ultimate is EMP, that's the only ultimate I'd say. Don't throw that away.
That's what I said.
Unless it's EMP, it's
The
okay
better
to throw away
comp is
ults.
better than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, best case scenario, we could have won the first team fight,
Keep
but
an ult that won't do anything, or switch to a character that will get much more value normally.
Yeah, I would. The only 3 characters I'd keep here would be Zarya, because she can work with Winston, and you have Grav, and the 2 healers. But I would I don't even think Soldier, unless you're gonna swap Mercy, you need burst pressure here, and that's not Soldier is not burst pressure. Not on long range like that, because the Helix Rocket's projectile. The FAR can literally sidestep it.
冻住，不许走。
Cease your resistance.
Flames from above. Helden sterben nicht.
Kill Bongo. If you can kill Bongo, you probably win this.
Engel ist da.
Yeah. Chase her down. Kill her. Do not let her get away. That's unfortunate. Immediately have your soldier take high ground.
I'm just waiting for ×3.
So like this is why May's not good, because your May has to resort to that type of play, and that's the you don't want to play like that as May. A close room with Junkrat. Ugh. See, they're whittling you down. They're gonna come back with their entire thing, and you're gonna lose. Kill the Mercy first, then the Pharah Electro.
The payload is approaching its destination.
You have Shatter. You might be able to win this, but it's still a shield, so it's hard. Swap Tracer, which I think is still a bad pick, because you have Reinhardt. Like, you need to swap the Reinhardt. Is there a reason you're keeping the Reinhardt?
No.
No, I think we just kept playing it.
The payload has reached.
The only calls that we made were to switch hits for a 1-hit scan.
I would
Once we actually get in the
immediately
game, I'm not
swap.
one to micromanage people's picks. Because, well, I guess I'm used to people believing in themselves enough to make their own decisions.
It's just not about, like, even I might believe in myself that I'm the best Reinhardt in the world and I don't want to swap, but sometimes that's not the pick. So sometimes having, like, because let's say if I am, like, right now, Doom and Torb are my best 2 characters, but let's say I can't play Torb. Let's throw him out, because Torb's really good in, like, 99% of situations. Let's say, like, Doom, but Doom's not working, but the next hero might be McCree. We need McCree. McCree's not my strong suit. Sure, I'm decent at him. I'd say I'm low masters on him, but it's like, you know, sometimes you need the third voice in the back of your head saying, hey, go McCree, and that's where your teammates come in, where it's like, hey, we need this hero. It's like, alright, I'll do it. So don't be afraid. Like, if you really need to swap, and that's where you want to get to the point where you designate someone, and the entire team needs to agree on it, right? Where this is the comps we set, and it requires a lot of game knowledge, and not just high rank game knowledge, but the game knowledge of where you are at, what the enemy is probably going to play, what is good at your rank, what all your team is good at, and things like that, to make these calls, make these swamp. Because I say run Winston, but maybe he can't play Winston. I don't know that, you know. But like Sigma would have been better there. Ball, Hog, yeah, double off tank like Diva, Zarya, something like that. You know, just not Reinhardt. I would immediately swap though back to your Reaper May or Junkrat May or Reaper Junkrat, because you're in close quarters again. I do like this Junkrat swap though.
Watch my alt charge.
Oh, you're gonna go up like instantly, like I guarantee.
Yeah,
you.
I had 50%. I just threw my mines over the shield.
Yeah. Yeah, right there, that's 30%. I mean, those mines do like 110 damage.
Look at that, it went from 30 to 53.
Yeah, like, if he wasn't such a niche character, I'd say please nerf him, but he is. Okay, yeah. You won just because you had Junkrat, and they like, and comes down to it. If they had taken the time, and it goes for both teams, right? If you guys had taken the time and just say, okay, sure, we have ultimate, but we're still swapping our comp, that Rise you cap first point, you would cap this bank with like 4 minutes, right? If they would have said, okay, they're on this comp now, we swap the far, we're indoors, doesn't matter if we have Barrage, we go Reaper, we go Mei, or Hanzo, they win this fight. And that's also why, in Overwatch, and that's what Overwatch, the higher you go, that's what it more becomes, and that is so telegraphed in that the matchmaker, if you're plat or below, it actually punishes you for swapping your heroes. There's a SR penalty, where it will see how many characters did you play, and it will subtract SR from your wins. When you hit Diamond, that goes away, because they expect, okay, now you have the game knowledge, now you need to be swapping here and there. And in scrims, that's what you want to try and get to. You want to get to the point where it's like, okay, guys, we immediately swap our comp here, we immediately swap our comp here, we swap this hero there, we swap this hero there. But I don't think this map, like, you capped with, like, 130 in the time bank. Well, this part in particular was very rough. I don't think it was bad. I don't think there were a lot of individual mistakes. It was more comp mistakes. And I think every map we've watched, it's like, if you lost a fight, it was more because combo mistakes or like composition mistakes. I think all of you this scrim doing really well.
Helden sterben nicht.
I just felt like the times where we like this point, like on second where we were playing here and on Dorado, like the only reason we won is because we were literally just banging our heads against the wall, and eventually the door broke.
No, I completely agree with you. You needed to swap the comp, and because when you take at it, it's
That's
not like,
exactly
oh,
what
we
I do when I
capped.
play Pink.
You want to try and get it down to where you cap with 4 or 5 minutes of time bank, and that's a lot to ask, right? There are going to be some maps that this is physically impossible, but when you're in tournaments, you're going to win, and you want to try and you want to maximize your chance of winning, and to maximize the chance of getting a big time bank, because it's about winning in tournaments. So now that you guys are starting to get that coordination down, you're starting to get comp structure down, you want to set these in place where you can get that fluid motion of maximizing your chances of winning. We'll watch Hanamura, or is that a Stomp Fest?
I think Hanamura is probably the
go.
next best map to watch.
I was gonna say that's probably
Hello?
another one that's hard to push, so I think that one could be okay.
I don't.
What's he?
Can I
So
just?
I kind of go.
Oh, do you have to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
you can go.
Wait, just one more thing before you leave. I don't remember who said it, but like in terms of like asking to swap, like you could just say it passively aggressively. Like you say, hey, do we want to try something else? Do we want to try getting this? Oh, you know what I mean,
think
though,
you guys
right?
need to take. I think you guys need to take.
You
the
need to be
opposite
more
approach.
specific.
I think.
Yeah, you need to be specific.
No, that's why I say
Telling
like you
people
could.
to just swap makes them think that you're telling them that they're doing badly.
No, I'm
This
not.
is
I'm
why-
not telling you. This all I said was, you should say, do you want to try getting this character? Do you want to try doing this? Because a lot of the times playing DPS, like 90% of your brain goes to fragging. So when I play DPS, my brain's completely turned off. So when you say, do you want to try this? I'm like, oh shit, that character actually exists.
No, well, I agree with some of what you said right there. This is why you can't do it in a passive aggressive. You can't do it in like a suggested way, because Overwatch, you do not, especially in scrims, you don't have time. Like, hey guys, can we run this instead mid fight? Like, you can't do that. It needs to be like, oh, run this. But if you need to sit down with the team, all of you, and say, okay, we need to set someone who sets comps. We need to set someone who when something's not working, says, okay, swap this, swap this, swap this. And that's what you need to get to. That's where you need to set with your team. And you need to define also, it's not locked. Like, let's say, each player knows like, this is the comp set, but this is just not working. I need to swap to this hero. You know, say, but don't just swap. Say, like, I'm swapping this. And then someone say, oh, yeah, let's swap this or swap this. Or someone says, no, here's the plan. Let's do this. Let's see if we can just get this to work. That's like, you know, let's say we're base, you know, like Soleil, we're basic. And it's like, okay, this is not working. Pichu or myself will say, okay, because I'm the captain, he's co-captain. So we normally set the comps. It doesn't have to be the captain or co-captain, but we're both very knowledgeable about the game and what we can play and what we're good at. So we'll say, okay, run this. We'll say swap from basic, swap to the ball comp because we're semi-decent at that. Or lately, we're going to be experimenting with double shield, so we're going to say, you know, run double shield here. Or maybe we're running double shields, like, all right, swap basic here, you know. And that's why you need to sit down with, you know, your entire team and go, okay, this is what we want to run. So, but I do agree, don't leave that to a DPS because DPS requires a lot of focus by just hitting things. That's why they don't calm a lot and do things like that. One thing I would have done differently here, Stodgy, I would have actually set up in this room, so if they start this rotate, as you rotate in, you just boop them out, and it's like, oh, we can't go in there now. Are you pocketing him? Yes, okay. Tracer. I wouldn't run Tracer here. I would run Torb here, or Ashe here, or Widow, or Hanzo, or any hero that's not a flanker.
Yeah,
or if you are going to run a flanker, something like Echo or Doom has more burst, more one-shot potential. Like, Tracer's very bursty, but they have stuns, and it is going to be harder to one-clip someone in this type of combo. That was a really good combo slam hook. You guys left up the one-shot character for last again. I like, though, the Reaper died very quickly, so that's one tick. I think McCree should have died a little quicker. Good hook. I wouldn't push that, though. You don't want to go in that room. They have to come out eventually. Good mines. Forces them back. The answer with Coalescence, Wash, I would immediately get out of there. Run away.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good chasing out Lucio. He's separate. He's alone. He should die. How did he get there? Was he not? Wait, which wall was he on?
He went over the thing.
They didn't patch this?
No, I thought that. See, like, I thought that wasn't actually something you could do because I
They
remember there
patched
being
this
a
one.
delay.
You can't go over this one. Because I used to sit here. You can't sit here anymore. Okay. Wow. Learn something new every day.
I think they would left that one out on purpose.
That's a huge pick. Really good Stodgy and Electro. And good pushing into us and capitalize this. Kill this Reaper first. There. And then Moira. That was very nicely done. You caught a straggler pick, and then you capitalized on that. That's exactly what you want to see with this type of comp. Nice. Very ballsy when they have the diva there, but that was nice. They res, which is unfortunate, but run away.
I've got you in my sights.
Good visor. Democree should die. Good. That's good target focus on the monkey. And focus down. Yeah, that was nicely done. I think to prevent the high noon, I would have booped him out of LOS stodgy. I would try to look for that, but I'm not even sure you could have prevented it.
I think I actually booped him in
Okay,
the
you're
L.
about to see me go AFK because they paused.
Oh no, Electro throws. It's alright, you're just giving him, you know, a handicap. You have the tank diff, you know? Giving him a chance. Well, Dante paid for your handicap game.
I was like, I all tapped out. I was like, fuck.
I would not have popped any ulti here. When Dante died and Electra said I was AFK, or you should have said like, yo, I wasn't ready, I would have made the no ults call. Sombra, interesting.
I just used it to get back because I thought it was one of
his
those.
translocator. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I switch here.
Oh, Coco's on the Widow. Wow, you're gonna see something special then.
New defense. Objective B.
Double sniper. Okay. I like it. Though, instead of Hanzo, well, I keep Hanzo, but maybe Torb as well.
Oh, I think I rolled them here or later.
They're basic with Tracer and Mercy. Oh my. This is why you don't dive with that comp. I would focus this Reaper here more than anything. Unfortunate. Good mines. And good target priority onto Lucio. And the Reaper. That's really good. You took down the 2 priority targets that give them mobility and damage. Now Swinson needs to die because he's good. Mercy next. She's staggering herself and giving you all charge. That's terrible. Never do that, Electro. That was really good though. Widow got the picks and tanks took down the priority targets. That was really
Yeah, you hear the
nicely
off
done.
map. I think, yeah.
So
I'm looking for. I've off the map because I'm looking for ult charge, and then I just mess up my hook back. So.
Oh, don't tell me that. I don't think trans was necessary there yet. I would have held on to it just a little longer. Burn the monkey. He's discorded. Good, monkey dies. Reaper should die. Oh, you missed the hook. That's unfortunate. Good drop.
Wait, you need a timeout.
You're soaking up a lot of damage, actually. That's good. At least she's sticking you and not the rest of her team. Help your Mercy, though. And kills Lucio. That was very chaotic, but you got it done. I think there, what needed to happen was someone needed to call stack, you know, on your Zen or on your Mercy. Like, you just guys need to group up a little more, and it would have been a lot cleaner and safer. And just good burn.
So if we want to improve this comp, what would you change? Because I'm looking at it and like you said,
Hero-wise, or like...
yeah, hero-wise. Like, would you keep the same comp or would you try switching it up?
On this map, no, I would swap Tracer, but this is a very strong comp right now. After the recent patch, like, it's a very solid comp. Now on like Control, you know, basic still reigns supreme on most of them, but other than Control, I think the ball comp or ball variation is very strong. I would just swap the Tracer, like maybe a Torbjorn, maybe a Ashe, or even like a Reaper, some ground pressure. Tracer got the job done, but I think you could have maybe even Genji to work with your ball. Genji ball is very, very strong because what happens is your ball slams, Genji dashes through. That's 100 and how much does slash do? Genji's dash?
50.
Dash or
Dash.
50. But
50?
you usually get extra. It usually does like 80 damage because you either get shurikens or melee.
Right. So you're almost killing someone there. That's very powerful, and all your ball needs to do is melee someone, and then you get the kill, you get the dasher set. Like, that's just very powerful right there. Also, a lot of ult charge, and it causes the enemies to expand cooldowns, which is, this is why I could see double shield coming back, not because the double shield is important. If you could get rid of the double shield and give them some other cooldowns, and just keep them alive, and it'd work. It's, I think it was Dante and some other Overwatch League player who came out and said they're very worried about stun meta, which is like McCree, Brig, which Brig is so good right now, Hog, or, you know, just anyone who has a stun, because they're very powerful right now, and Ball is a form of stun, where it's like that slam. Ball is like, I think Ball is the best tank right now. He is so overtuned, it's not even funny, but because the nature of Ball, he's neither OP or under nerf, because a hero like him, it all depends on the ball player. He is so overpowered in the hands of a good ball player, he is so weak in the hands of a bad ball player. So I like hero designs like that, where this character is wildly overpowered in the hands of someone who's really good with him, or it rewards skill. But maybe Ball rewards skill a little too much. Maybe just a little decrease on the numbers.
basically any hero that has high mobility and high damage.
Yeah, like, I mean, that was Doomfist a while back. You know, that's been Tracer, that's been Genji. Like, these heroes, it's very hard to balance them correctly.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, can we just... If we, I just wanted to talk about this. So, like, because you said running a Doomfist on first, right? Like when we first started the map, VOD review on this map, right? So
Yeah.
that got me thinking, because the way they played is they went into left room, up and into the staircase, and just played around there, right?
Yeah.
If we ran a Ball Doom and
that stops
Zarya,
that because they explode.
that would be... That
But-
would have been much...
The problem with that is, and this is the problem with every comp, right? No matter what comp you set, and this is why like Ball comps are very powerful, because they have versatility. Because when you're running a hero like Doomfist, you are cutting down your versatility for high burst damage, because Doomfist is not as versatile as he once was. Doomfist does what he does amazingly well. The dive and the one-shot potential and the CC potential. But if they run something like Echo or Pharah, you lose. You have a lot of high ground here, so if your Doom is very flashy and very good, you could kill the Pharah, but, you know, or they had a sim comp, I think you could get countered really hard. But I think
Right.
Doom...
But we did
depends
have
what
a...
they take through. If they take a standard sim comp through the TP, you could probably win, because I think Doom is very strong against sim TP comps. It's like, you know, when Reinhardt charges sim TP and kills someone, Doom just does that with his punch. So I think Doom could be here, but I'm not saying run Doom. It depends, like, do you guys have a Doom player? I know Kara doesn't play it, and I don't know if you do, Wash.
I used to
watched
one trick
a
him.
little bit, yeah.
Oh, you
I
do?
used to one
Okay.
trick him.
Then,
I fucked him up all the way to Masters.
well, then definitely, like, if, you know, polish your Doom off a little bit, because he's changed a lot.
Yeah.
Please buff Doom. No, don't do that. He needs something. Some of these heroes need something. Or they just need to nerf, you know, all the overtuned heroes. But, can Kara play, like, Soldier and stuff? I know she can play Ashe really well. I know she can play, you can play Ashe here. I think Ashe would be fine here, but you need a hit scan here. But yeah, in this comp you're running, I would just, again, Tracer I don't think's good. Well, you're on attack, I think it's better. I don't think Diva's good with this comp. Run Sigma. Diva doesn't help your ball in any way, and she gets eaten alive.
Thank you. I've been saying that so long.
The reason why she was very good in basic is because she kept your, not because she was good, but she kept your Reaper alive, and that's amazing. I think Diva is actually very bad, but if her only job is in these comps she runs is she pockets one hero or two heroes, and that's what's powerful because those heroes are unstoppable if you can pocket them like that. In a comp like this where you don't need to or physically can't pocket your those heroes, she gets absolutely shredded and you feed so much ult charge. And her ultimate, well, some people, like, I don't know where to rank Diva's ultimate. Personally, I think it's very bad, but it has the potential to pop off. Anytime you're launching something that does over 1,000 damage, right, it can't be that bad. It has to be semi-good. But I still think it's so easy to avoid. I think if she had something that allowed her to, like, prevent damage or actually tank with her ultimate, like, her ultimate is a great zoning tool, but that's it.
Yeah, if you're caught off, then you're right there.
So I'll be honest, I kind of felt lost throughout this first point with Diva.
I don't see coordination yet. This is why, like, you've taken a disrupt comp, but you're disrupting yourselves and not the enemy. So like swap Diva for Sig, you still have your disrupt comp, but it gives your side of the comp structure. Swap Tracer as well, or no, keep Tracer, swap Soldier here. Soldier, probably Genji. I'd definitely run Genji here. Like your Diva has spent like just a rough estimate 40-50% here in baby Diva form. So I would definitely swap Diva. If you find an Electro, if you find that happening, please like speak up and say, okay guys, either we gotta do something here or I need to swap. And in this type of comp, it's I need to swap.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I just didn't say anything. I was just like, I'll just wait for my review.
Yeah. No, and don't, like, this is, because of how you guys have not set anything, and, like, there's some tensions about telling people swap and things like that recently, and that's why you guys definitely everyone needs to definitely sit down and talk about what you want to run, how you want to run this, and who needs to be put in charge of this, or that tension is going to keep building and it's going to cause problems. But it also causes this thing where it's like, I need to swap, but like, no one's told me to swap, but is anyone going to tell me to swap? No, because no one wants to say it, because then they think you're you know, and it goes in an endless circle of, I need to swap, but no one's told me to swap, so I shouldn't swap, because they obviously want me on this hero, but I'm not doing anything. But meanwhile, they're like, I want him to swap, but he won't swap, but I'm not going to tell you to swap because then you're going to get offended. You know, it's like, well, no, can we just please cut out all this bullshit and just set someone to tell us to swap?
Yeah, can I ask a question? I've never, whenever someone told me to swap in, I see it in like a comp game, but in a scrim environment, I've never had a reaction where I'm like, oh shit, this guy thinks I'm playing very bad since he's telling me to swap. You know what I mean? Like, is that just me, or
so
do you guys feel...
that should be most of the time, and that should be the intention. That should happen, because you're in Scrim, you're here to win. You're not here to, because Scrim is about flexibility and it's working as a team.
Oh, like, I'm just asking, what about you guys? Do you guys feel that way? Because I've never even thought about it this way. So when you guys are saying like, oh, it's gonna lower the team morale,
I can switch if anybody tells me to.
Yeah.
Like, when I used to shop ball, I would tell people to switch left and right, and I didn't even think about their feelings.
Well, I don't feel like you should think about their feelings when you are designated shot caller, or everyone accepts you as a shot caller. You shouldn't think about feelings like that. Like, feelings come after scrims, right? You know, things like that. But it's the only type of players. And this is, I think it's the flex DPS when you put them on a hero like Doomfist, like Pharah, and you one moment are having them play as a star DPS, because the flex DPS is not the star DPS, it's your hit scan, right? But when you play Genji pre-nerf, right, when they buffed him to crazy and he's like one-shotting everything and like killing everything, when you play Pharah, when how people think you play Doomfist, or sometimes you do put him as the main star player DPS and you pocket them, because these are the heroes getting pocketed. Your hit scan players, or your Pharah, or your Genji pre-nerf, and Doomfist pre-nerf. These are your hit scan, and those three heroes, those are the heroes you pocket, and those are the star DPS. But when you tell your star DPS, yo, swap, man, like, that comes off as, oh god, they think I'm terrible, it's my fault, because I'm the star DPS, I'm not doing my job, or I'm having trouble here, I can't quite get it. Because, and the player, it's not just swap, it's also, when nothing's getting done, and you tell them to swap and they feel like it's kind of my fault, but not really, like, it's like, oh, I'm doing okay, but not, I could be doing a little better than you, like, yo, swap. It's like, oh, I am doing bad, they think I'm doing bad, then so you might not get offended, but it, like, you know, causes internal turmoil, because, like, you're, like, realizing, yep, I'm the problem. Or some people don't want to admit the problem, or things like that, you know? This is why, like, if you're gonna be running Doomfist, like, and things like that, like Doomfist, Echo, Genji, Pharah, they used to play as star players. Now Doomfist is not. I mostly play him as a very peel style play. The only time I will play him, like, I'm the star player, and this is because my team set this, is on King's Row, because we play like that. We play a very hyper aggressive, where Doomfist just feeds and feeds and feeds, and our Ana is just pocketing him like crazy. Genji no longer can play star player. He just can't. He doesn't have the survivability. He doesn't have the damage output. So it's a very supportive team play style. Echo can't play like the star player anymore, just because she's playing closer to the team because of her beam nerf, so she explodes. The only projectile now that can play like that is Pharah. But when you're like, yo, get off it and go back to support, basically, because that's what your projectiles, your flex DPS are there to support. You know, that can cause things. So you just gotta get a team comp down. You gotta get that down. You know. And, you know, some people just don't like, you know, or you might have, like, you know, one tricks on your team, or like your tanks. I don't know, I was on a team once that I didn't stay on very long on another org, where our tank, all he wanted to do was play Winston. It was back in double shield meta, and I'm sorry, but we really don't need a Winston. Please get off the hero, you know, and people don't like it. It's like, well, you know, you gotta learn how to swap, but if you don't set who is calling comps, and there is a friction between that, well, then it's like, you're not, if you don't set someone to be in charge, then it's like, well, you're not in charge, who are you to tell me I need to swap? Even if I know I need to swap, and you know I need to swap, and everyone here knows I need to swap, but who are you to say I need to swap, you know?
No, I don't, but okay.
Yeah.
So then that's like a very complicated issue that can be easily fixed by just saying, okay, this person is designating what comps are running. If we're calling for swaps, you know, things like this, but also use your brain. So it's like, hey, I'm swapping this, but, you know, this person might be feel free. It still has the power to say, no, play this or play that, you know? I just don't think it's like that big an issue if it can easily be fixed, but, you know, it's not being fixed. I think that's what we'll call a VOD review. It's been hour 30, and I can feel myself, and I can feel like the tension of just less useful and things like that. But
it's super helpful. Thanks, Rosita.
how was
so I think,
viewing it on Twitch this time versus Discord? Did you like it better? Any input and things like that? I'm still trying to figure out, you know, how I want to do
I don't know
this.
why anyone would. Sorry, I don't know why anyone would do it on fucking Discord. Twitch is so much better. Like,
Is it?
there's no
Okay.
delay. Because Discord is so bad
Pretty
with
smooth.
latency.
Yeah.
Like, your latency will drop. and
Is
you'll
it?
see
I didn't even know about the latency. I know, like, I've had people complain so much about quality, and which pisses me off because I'm Nitro, right? I paid for it. It's like, why do I get, you know, 240p, guys? Come on, Discord. But is the latency that bad?
No, it's mostly the quality, but maybe
Quality?
is
Okay.
a small fact. I mean, like quality
On Twitch,
no, on
a little
Discord.
bit.
On Discord.
At least for me.
Well, on Discord, I mean, it's still. I don't know what the latency, but still, the quality is just a little bit fuzziness on sometimes. But for Twitch, it was
All
completely.
the time, but
It was super clear the whole time.
Okay. And you guys like that better?
Yeah, I think so. Unless you want to unless you want to like draw and use. That
I
to
know I
keep
can
cheat,
fix it.
but-
I know there are people who use that exact same program. I know I'll be able to get it working. I gotta play around with it more. I thought it'd be very easy, and I was having problems with it, so I just need to take some more time, do some little more research. I was watching a video on it, but I couldn't get quite work how he was, but I just gotta play around with it. I think I could get to work. And there were a few times where, most of the time I didn't need to draw. It would have helped a few times. I'm talking about, how to use things, especially when I was trying to demonstrate how to use Torbolt. That would have been very useful if I could just draw on the size of how big Torb's droplets are, but, I don't think it was very necessary there.
No, but I think it worked out really well. And
Okay. Then
but-
I think we'll continue to use Twitch for right now, and we get the VODs, right? You guys will get the VOD. I think I'm going to download the VOD and also upload to YouTube as well.
okay, sweet. Yeah, I think Zelux will probably watch it, and Carl will watch the rest of it. I'll send him the link to her. But for the most part, I'll post the notes